used to call me Crazy Joe, but now they can call me Batman.
Good morning, Crazy Joe, coming to you from the Regal Warrington, where there's some loud music playing today. And we are here for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. And look, they have a little display up here. They got a little model, just like the one in the movie. Pretty neat. Let's check it out. Look at that. Handbook for the recently deceased. There's a little model. Not as extravagant as the one you'll see in the movie. Posters from the original and the new film. And then a then and now with the original cast and the how they looked then, how they look now. So pretty cool. They even got Jeffrey Jones on there. Jeffrey Jones is a bit of a controversial figure these days. We won't get into the reasons, but there are reasons. And I hear it's not true, but I don't know. I don't know him. I don't know. So let's go check out Beetlejuice. We're in Theater 5 today. Over this way. Advertising Blink Twice. I haven't seen that yet. As we go down the hall, check out the posters. Blink Twice seems to be the big one. Hey, there's nothing on that one. It ends with us. Reagan is playing over here. Reagan, by the way, is just a terrible movie. I saw it. It isn't good. Afraid I haven't seen that. Oh, there's Captain America. Here we go. Beetlejuice. Look at the poster. I don't like it, man. They tried to make it look reminiscent of the original poster, but it's Photoshop, whereas the original was beautifully painted. Why can't they go back to painting posters anymore? I don't know, but it's a shame. Snow White. I'm looking forward to that one. Alien Romulus. And this is where we're going, Theater 5. Okay, I'm back from seeing Beetlejuice, second film in the Beetlejuice franchise. And ultimately, I like this film. I'm giving this film 3 stars. I think it's a solid effort. And it's especially good considering the long wait we've had. Was it 37 years? Not quite 40. If it was 2028, it would be 40 years. So we're almost at 40 years. So it's been a while since the first Beetlejuice. And sometimes those kind of sequels where they come back years later, it's hard to recapture the magic. And I think this film does a pretty good job. So I give it 3 out of 5 stars. Good solid review. They managed to recapture the look and feel of the Beetlejuice universe perfectly. There's a lot of laugh out loud funny moments. Michael Keaton doesn't miss a step, stepping back into character, just as last year when he stepped back into Batman. If you ask me to compare the two, The Flash, last year's The Flash is the better film. If you're looking for the Michael Keaton comeback, Batman versus Beetlejuice, his comeback as Batman, I think, was better than his comeback as Beetlejuice, but that's okay. This is really, really solid. I'm not totally without criticism. For example, the rules of death seem to have changed, or they're not observing the rules from the original movie. For example, in the original movie, when we see Barbara and Adam Maitland die, they reemerge at their home and they can't leave their home. They are stuck in their home unless they draw the door and then they can go into the death waiting room. But basically they are trapped at home from the moment they die. In this movie, we see several people die. Excuse me. And every one of them, it seems to be when they die, they kind of drop down into that waiting room. You know, the take a number waiting room from the first Beetlejuice, which, let's be honest, that would have answered a lot of Barbara and Adam's questions had they dropped into that waiting room as soon as they died. they kind of were back at their house and fiddling around, and it took them a while to even realize they were dead. I think if they showed up in that netherworld waiting room right off the bat, they would have kind of had a better idea what was going on. So it begs the question, why have the rules of death changed? Is it just for storytelling purposes? Are they just like, you know what, the hell with the rules we've established in the first film? This is going to make our story go along more briskly. And there's something to be said for that. It really depends on how much of a canon fanatic you are. If you are someone who, this is a violation of canon, then that's the kind of thing that's probably going to bother you. But Beetlejuice is a silly movie, so maybe this isn't the kind of film where we look at that kind of thing too closely. Ultimately, what they do works. Charles Dietz, played by Jeffrey Jones in the first film, they kind of sidestep putting him in the film. He is a presence in this film, but he doesn't quite appear. They kind of sidestep it. Now, as I indicated in the theater, I don't know what the deal is with Jeffrey Jones. I know the conventional wisdom, or what we're told, is that he is a sexual predator. I have heard from several people that know a little bit more than me that may not be the case, and that he may have gotten a raw deal. Obviously, I don't know what the truth is, so I don't know what to believe there. I do know that if he did get a raw deal, if what I've heard is true and he is not guilty of these things they say he's guilty of, it's kind of tragic, because they ruined his career over something that wasn't even true. But then again, maybe it was. I don't know. I wasn't there. In any event, a major studio like Warner Brothers trying to sidestep those issues is probably the smart move. It's the smart decision. If you don't know, and even if you do know, but the public believes it to be a certain way, you kind of gotta be careful. So the way they sidestep the Charles Dietz issue is clever. I almost wish they had just recast the actor, however. I'll give a minor spoiler. This is a super minor spoiler. Really minor. The character appears in the film from the waist down. He when he goes, the way he died, when he gets to the underworld, his upper torso is missing. And that's funny for a couple minutes, but I think it would have been more satisfying if they had just cast a different actor. I mean, this is Beetlejuice 2. Like, look, Back to the Future. I'm wearing a Back to the Future shirt. This is Back to the Future, the musical. But Back to the Future Part 2, Claudia Wells wasn't available. They didn't try to do some weird thing where Jennifer's head disappeared. No, they just cast Elizabeth Shue as Jennifer. And Elizabeth Shue's a good Oscar-winning actress, and it worked. You may like Claudia Wells better in the role because she's the Jennifer you remember, but there's no question Elizabeth Shue in Back to the Future 2 and 3, she works just fine in those films. And I kind of would have preferred they did that than what they did do, because I don't think what they did works all the way through. It's funny for like a quick gag, but as the character continues to appear through the movie, I think it doesn't really work. That's just my opinion. Ultimately, no, I like this movie. Oh, another thing, there's a scene in the movie where Beetlejuice starts giving his backstory. He tells someone his backstory, and he starts talking in another language. And his whole backstory is presented in subtitles as he speaks another language. And I thought that was really weird, because this character in the previous film and up till then, we've only ever heard this character talk English. And it's like, why did he suddenly shift to another language? What was the purpose of that? It comes out of left field, and I thought it was just a little bit bizarre. Again, minor nitpick. Solid film, 3 out of 5. I'm going to check it out again this coming weekend. I know my oldest daughter wants to see it, so I'm taking her to see it, and I think it's worth your time. All right, everyone, there you go. Beetlejuice, a sequel, like 38 years, 37 years in the making, that actually delivers the goods. All right, everybody, until next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the backdoor flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.